and the entire Gmoser family, I'd like to thank you all for coming to this service in celebration of my dad. A couple of weeks ago, when we were in the thick of things, my son Tommy said that this was a very sad time for everyone, but it must be particularly sad for Gran Lou, because she's known Grandpa for so long. Then after some careful consideration, he added that it was sad for the grandkids too, because they haven't known him so long. Whether you knew my dad for your entire life, or for just a short time, or perhaps knew him only through your association with one of us, you are undoubtedly saddened by his passing, but strengthened for having known him. I wonder what he must be thinking about today's proceedings. Too much fuss in his name. But if any man ever deserved this kind of celebration and recognition, it is Carl H. Gmoser. And the name is Gmoser. The G is silent. But leave out that G when placing an order, claiming a reservation, or calling to get an update on your dad's condition at NYU Medical Center, and you witness an inevitable level of confusion. And she is silent, or shall we say quiet, like Dad. He was a man of few words, but when he did speak, you listened, for what he had to say was so often important, profound, and to the point. Now, Dad used to tell us that he had sailed with Christopher Columbus. He had helped George Washington fight the Revolutionary War, and was at Thomas Edison's side when he invented the light bulb. And whether or not he was actually there at those points in history, we know that he would have provided the same support and simple wisdom to those famous men as he did to all of us. But Dad actually was a part of history. Living through the hard times of the Depression helped shape a value system that he followed throughout his life. And working in an industry that supported the nation's efforts during World War II was merely the start of a career in the steel industry that lasted 46 years. In the late 1930s, Dad, along with 7 other teenage boys, were asked to do their part for their country's impending entrance into the global unrest. They were to spend their final years of high school rebuilding the abandoned machine shops of Murray Hill High School so that successive classes could learn the trades. So along with reading, writing, and arithmetic, these 8 young men worked alongside craftsmen in the steel industry to bring the tools and machines back to life. On June 24, 1940, Carl H. Gmoser, along with his 7 classmates, graduated from the new Murray Hill High School. And as first in that class, he presented his valedictorian speech. It is a profound and eloquent composition that, although nearly 69 years old, has much relevance to the present. I would like to read that speech for you today. June 24, 1940. Few graduating classes have had such extremes of fortune and ill fortune as ours has on this day. On the one hand, we are graduating into a world which demands our services as craftsmen in this nation's great defense program. Few commencement classes have had such excellent opportunities for securing employment as our class has today. Yet on the other hand, we are graduating into a barbaric, war-torn world, one which has seemingly allowed the miracles of science and technological advancements to turn against their creator, man, and strive to destroy him. 22 years ago, on the battlefields of Europe, an armistice was declared. An armistice which was hailed as the conclusion of all wars. But now we realize that it was only a mirage of everlasting peace. The great powers of the world are once again massing huge military forces. The tarnished machinery of the munitions plants are now working, creating every known device of destruction. President Roosevelt has asked the people of America to stand ready in a national defense program. The industries of the nation are humming to the tune of preparedness. The people of America had never hoped for a time like this to arise, but this nation is willing to prepare for any conflict which might endanger the sacred rights of the United States of America. It is indeed a shame that the youth of the world must again turn the handles of destruction. Brought up and raised in peaceful world awaited us, we struggled up a path which we thought was difficult. But on this commencement day, we have learned what really awaits us in the struggle for success. Hardships, sacrifices, and disillusionments will be ours. We hope that we may benefit by the mistakes of our elders, and regardless of the future, we, the nucleus of the world of tomorrow, stand ready and unafraid to work, even fight, for the ideals we believe in. Throughout the years at Murray Hill High School, we prepared ourselves for productive labor, secure in the belief of our slogan, Labor Omnia Vincit, that work is supreme. We worked hard. Our being present at this commencement exercise testifies to that, trying to develop ourselves both mechanically and intellectually in the hope that someday we might become good craftsmen and good citizens. We learned to believe in certain ideals of righteousness, truth, and hard work. Even though at times we thought the lessons valueless, we can now appreciate the sacrifices which were made by our parents and teachers to educate us in a country where equal education is granted to everyone. In saying farewell to Murray Hill High School, we, the graduating class, cannot express our feelings of love and devotion to our school, which will shortly be our alma mater. We will carry into the world that which will reflect the ideals and learnings of our school. We will never bring disgrace to Murray Hill High School and never lower the standards by which it was founded. We, the graduating class of June 1940, pray that we may continue to exist in the golden realms of liberty and justice, that our flaming torch of peace may never be dimmed by the ill breath of war, that the ideals so worthy of our fathers' blood shall not perish in this modern world, that the American spirit which we so proudly inherit be never weakened by foreign doctrines, and that we, a mighty union, shall stand forever loyal, forever firm, and forever obedient to our God